Welcome back, everybody. Today, we will be visiting Walt Disney World's Typhoon Lagoon water park. If you've been to this water park at any point between now and 1989, you'll notice that the entrance really hasn't changed very much at all. We wouldn't be making these videos without our awesome subscribers like you, so thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and share this video and put those notifications on. Let's keep this thing going. In this video, we're going to be walking throughout the park, showing you all the different rides, some fun activities, and hopefully we'll give you some good tips as well. This is a safe harbor zone, which is also the lost children area, so if your children somehow get separated from you throughout the park, cast members do a great job bringing them back to that section, keeping them comforted. There's also that photo spot of sunbathing towel Mickey, and of course it's Disney, so there's a gift shop right there too. Throughout the water park, you'll see these maps, so you'll never get lost wherever you are. It tells you where you are and where you need to go. It also has the wait times on the different rides, which is a pretty cool feature. It gives the information about the specific rides as well, and it tells you where you can eat, what kind of dining they have, what the hours of operations are of those dining, and then of course some merchandise. You'll also have throughout the park these little paddles that show which way the different areas of the park are. There's part of the lazy river that goes around the park. This is as you come upon the action zone of Typhoon Lagoon. There's some more informational signs right there. But the park really centers around this, the wave pool. But this wave pool is 2.5 acres, and the waves can get up to 6 feet every 90 to 110 seconds. It's a lot of fun out there, but definitely hang on to your children. In the back there at the top, you'll see a ship that has been marooned up on the mountain. Legend has it that this ship, Miss Tilly, has been swept up and impaled on top of Mount Mayday during a massive typhoon, thus creating Typhoon Lagoon. If you really want to splurge, you can rent one of these cabanas, but there's plenty of free seating throughout the park. We're gonna head over to the family ride, and if you've seen my Blizzard Beach video, you'll know that the family ride is my son's favorite ride in all of the water parks.
For your safety, please remain seated and hold on to the handles at all times. When you have completed your adventure, exit immediately to your left.
I'm going to speed up this video because going up the aqua conveyor belt is kind of slow. But as you can see, there's a lot of different props along the way to keep you immersed in the storyline, which brings you to Misadventure Falls. So as you can see, that was a very fun ride for the whole family. This is my daughter doing her excited dance. That's because we're heading to some of her favorite slides on the Gusher area. Now this area actually has 3 slides which are known as water coasters, because it's essentially a roller coaster with water. The theme is an abandoned tropical fruit processing plant, which is kind of cool. It goes with the whole typhoon type thing. Basically, you're on an island and the locals have repurposed all of the fruit washing equipment to build a water slide, or multiple water slides in this case. It is sponsored by Chiquita Banana, and just a heads up, you do need to be 48 inches or taller to go down these slides.
Alright, so right here we have an option. Pineapple plunger, coconut crusher, or banana blaster. I think we're gonna do banana blaster. Looks like you gotta walk up some stairs here.
I have an announcement to make to everyone. 6, 7.
Oh boy. There you go. 6, 7. Everyone, 6, 7. So for this ride, we have to carry the tubes up the stairs. They are double-seater tubes. They do have single rider tubes, but we're doing double-seater, so just be aware that you have to walk up all these stairs with the tube. Alright, this time we're going on coconut crushers. Alright, let's see. Let's see your dance. Alright, we just did coconut crusher. Couldn't get a video, it was way too short. But pineapple plunger, here we come. Hopefully I'll be able to get video on this one. Alright, this is the pineapple plunger dance. It's much more dainty.
Oh no! It's like mommy crying. Never mind. Wait, let's see mommy destroyer. Oh wait, no, it's probably ended. Oh wait, never mind. Your feet are tickling my hair.
We went in December, by the way, so if you hear us talking about how cold the water is, that's why. There is a water waiting area right outside the slides. It's where my family was waiting for us. If you're wondering what this cage is, it's actually part of the Shark Reef experience, which closed in 2016.
So if you've been to Typhoon Lagoon sometime in the past 10 or 20 years, this used to be an area where you could swim with sharks. I believe originally it was part of the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You could swim under this submarine, but they filled it in now. This is a nice little hideaway sitting area for guests to hang out in. If you want to stay away from the crowds, stay away from the pools. It's kind of weird to see it filled up with sand. Again, if you've been here a long time ago, many years ago, this is where you start. And then you swim all the way down there to the other end of the submarine, but now it's nothing but sand, chairs, and some Jimmy Buffett. Yeah, we're heading down Storm Slide. That is the wrong time. Well, it says 60 minutes from that point, but there's nobody at that point. So we will be going down the storm slides here. And even he could go down it this time, so he's pretty excited.
So walking up to the storm slides, I will say there's a lot of stairs. They go up and down quite often, so if you have trouble walking on stairs, it's probably not the best entrance for you. Also, I do highly recommend bringing your own food and snacks and drinks to the park. That will save you some money. And if you're wondering about towels, there are towels available at Typhoon Lagoon. There's also lockers that you can rent. The towels are free, the lockers you have to rent. Another great way to save money is the admission ticket. Lately, Disney has been giving out free water park passes when you stay at a Disney resort. You have to go during check-in day, though. You can go before you actually check in, too, which is great. So you just show up to the water park, go for however long you want, and then you go check into your resort. Parents, you could buy a beer cup while you're at the park, get it refilled for super cheap, and bring it back in future days. We're up at the top now. There's Humonga Kowabunga right over there. You get a good view from the top. There's 3 slides on this area. There's the Jib Jammer, there's the Rudder Buster, and the Stern Burner. First slide I'm going down is going to be the Jib Jammer. If you guys are with family or friends, the cast members are generally good at letting you guys race down individual slides. But of course, during busier days, they need to keep the line moving. So just keep that in mind. You know, I really like the storm slides. They're pretty smooth, there's a lot of twists and turns. You even go under caves occasionally. Splashing down's pretty fun too. This one is the Stern Burner.
Here we go!
Now the storm slides are supposed to simulate riding through a storm, and apparently riders can go up to 30 miles an hour. There's no height requirement for these slides either, so if you're brave enough to go down it, you can do it. This last one is the Rudder Buster. Now all these rides have different turns and different drops, so each of them is unique. And those are all the storm slides at Typhoon Lagoon. Now we're going to be heading up to Humonga, Kowabunga, which is in the same area as the storm slides, as Mayday Falls. This is Miss Tilly, the boat that got marooned up on the mountain during the typhoon. As you can see, water actually spouts up off the top. Here's a close-up of her. And then when that whistle blows is typically when the waves start going on the wave pool.
There's a wave pool.
Now we're up at top of the Humonga Kowabunga ride. Here we go. That's how quick it lasts. It's about 2 seconds. Let's run it back. See it again. This one's a lot of fun, but as you can see, it's very short. It's a very steep drop down, and that's about it. You will get a wedgie though. In keeping with the theme, you'll see a lot of displays like this throughout the park. Now we're going to head down the mountain trail over to the different falls. You have Gangplank Falls, Keelhaul Falls, and Mayday Falls. This is Keelhaul Falls. It's a single rider tube ride down Mount Mayday.
So this is like the lazy river of slides.
This ride is very relaxing, very smooth and scenic. There's no height requirements, so anyone can go on it.
A little bumpy.
Now this is Mayday Falls. There are a lot of bumps, a lot of twists, and a lot of turns. Kind of like white water rafting and tubing. It's a ton of fun though, and again, no height requirement. After Mayday Falls, we headed over to Ketchikiddee Creek, which is the kid zone area at Typhoon Lagoon. Now this one has their own water slides where you could go tubing. Sometimes the kids get stuck, which is fine, they still have fun. They have a little lazy river-ish type area for the kids, and then a little playground. It's a pretty small area, but the kids seem to have fun. There is a height requirement. You have to be 48 inches or under to play in this area. Now we're over on Gangplank Falls, which is another multi-person ride. It's kind of like the Misadventure Falls, which is a family ride. This one's a lot smoother. Has a lot of waterfalls on it though, so you're definitely gonna get wet. I think she loves it.
We have a secret slide up here. Inches. Which one? Alright, you go on that one. She's going on this one.
This is a lesser known slide over at the wave pool area. You have to be 60 inches or under to go on it. And it's just a short little slide that goes down, but there's no lines for it, obviously. It dumps right out there, right next to the wave pool. And from there, you could go directly to the center of Typhoon Lagoon, the wave pool. Again, this is 2.5 acres. The waves are 6 feet tall. They're produced every 90 to 110 seconds. There are lifeguards all around the perimeter of the pool, so you're in safe hands. This thing holds 3 million gallons of water, and it's one of the largest pools in North America. You can also get a private 3-hour surfing lesson for up to 25 guests, before or after the regular park hours. So you get about 100 waves, which is kind of awesome.
What happens if we get the big one? Yeah. Okay, Daddy, let's stop going over there. It's getting a little deep.
Okay. Come back here then.
I can't swim.
Don't worry, he is perfectly capable of swimming.
Daddy, let go.
There.
Daddy, Daddy's over here.
It may look like Typhoon Lagoon is in its original condition. However, Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach both do refurbishments throughout the year, every single year. So rest easy knowing that their water parks are updated for safety and aesthetics.
That was so fun. Yeah. Oh no. Daddy, put it on. Hurry. Daddy, put it on. Hurry, Daddy. Hurry.
And that is Disney's Typhoon Lagoon in Orlando, Florida. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel, turn on those notifications, share this video, all the things. Until next time, everyone, thank you for watching.